Hi everyone, this is Chronicle. Okay, I'm going to do some of the unit that I usually use. So I only pick up on some unit, not all, since there are so many light unit I already have. And then I will split my ranking into 6 categories. One is overall performance, second one is offense, third is defense, fourth is support, like recover ally HP or buff your ally status up. And fifth one is debuff or bad status. And the last one is unit or mementos, which means whether the unit is free unit or normal unit or limited unit, same goes to the mementos. And then I will rank from C to SSS. So the lowest is C and the highest is SSS. And with the full Kaigan Enlightenment, with their leader skill only, means the third gate leader skill. And then with the mementos, everything equipped, and with the gears and the rules, so my ranking will be the maximum specs. And then the first unit I'm going to introduce is our main hero, Logi. Well, his ranking is something like this. Okay, as you can see, he has this new third job, and it's very powerful compared to the second job. You see, it's a very big difference. Even though I never equip any gears from here, but it's still a big difference, especially the speed. You see the speed? It's like heaven and hell. And then he also very easy to train since he's a free unit and he have 3 quests of the hard mode, so you can hunt 3, total 9 shots per day. And then after that you just need to Kaigan his gates. Well, I already maxed about this much. And then for the leader skill, it's not so bad since it increases the HP a lot and it's an all attack up. So you can mix with other unit like shooter or magic user, it's okay. But it's only just 20%, so beware. And even though he doesn't have any mementos, but you can equip with this Deus April Fool mementos. Well, at least it increases the speed and the physical attack and physical defense plus physical attack. But this group skill and the visual ability is for the Deus, so it's not for him, but at least it increases quite a lot status. So this will be the very good mementos for him. And then for the second mementos, you can try equip with this one, since this also increases a lot of HP and also slash attack up and critical and so. So this will be the best alternate for the second mementos, the sub mementos. And then for the gear, since he doesn't have any exclusive gear, so I think this will be the best for him. Especially this Crowray sword is very good. Well, it increases whatever status he needs. He's a light unit and strong versus a dark, since most of his skill is a light skill, just nice. And then this armor is from the Gerard mementos. Well, it increases a lot of speed and the HP, but he's not a thunder unit, so this thunder elemental will be useless. But you can switch this armor into HP regen armor so that he can recover HP per every turn. This is a free gear, or anything that is increasing his HP like this one, or maybe this one. Yeah, increase a lot, but there's no speed increase. And then for the last gear, this you can get from the gear summon. Well, it greatly increases the physical defense, since most of his skill is depending on physical defense, just nice. And also increase the dark resistance and accuracy up, and you also can use the weapon ability, and also depending of the physical defense, so it's just nice. And also has a strong versus a dark, and also ignore the reaction skill, very good actually. And then, of course, if you don't have this accessory, you can equip anything that's increase his physical defense. Like for example, like this armor is not so bad, you can get from the Beta Tower. Well, it also increases the physical defense and magic defense and so. Well, it's also a good alternative, but when you're equipping this armor, you cannot equip with the HP regen armor, so beware. And then his main attacking skill, well, I've greatly recommended for this skill, since not only for the 3 turns increase the slash attack and maximum HP, but then this skill change into another skill, it become a diamond attack instead of a cross attack, and also increase the physical defense 2.5, plus there's no skill usage. So basically, this skill become a free skill. Even though this skill can be used 5 times, but with this skill activate, the total you can use is about 11 times. Since this skill you can use 2 times, and then for 3 turns, so total will be the 6 attack, plus this 5, total will be 11. And this skill also not bad. It reduces the opponent physical attack and magic attack really down. It's a lot. So not only he's very good at attacking when the skill is depending on the physical defense, but he also very good in tanks your ally since he reduces the opponent attack power. So it's good. But this skill is only a center area, so beware. And then he also have the guard skill for this one. So he can survive any attacks for one time, and meanwhile all attack up and speed increase. But this skill requirement is when his HP is below 50%, after that you can use this skill to increase the overall attack and speed. As well as this skill also not bad. If you are not attacking any enemies, you can use this skill to recover your jewel as well as a CT up, so that it's very easy to get into his next turn. And then you also have one moving attack and also increase the slash bro and pierce resistance. So it's really very good. So if you use this skill and flies towards the enemy, basically if the enemy is a slash or bro or pierce, the damage will be reduced a lot. After that, you can activate this skill to increase the speed and all attack. You can combo. And then for the ration skill, also very powerful. Well, there's no range limit for this skill, even though it is a probability of activate, but at least it is a first strike counter. It activates a single and area attack resistance, and it is an area resistance up. So your ally within Logi will have the resistance up. So it's very good, and it is a 3x3 within himself. And then for the passive, I think this two will be the best for him, since this is increasing his physical attack and physical defense and soul and guards up for the second gate passive. And then for another one is it increases his physical attack again and physical defense and speed. And then when he is beside any ally, your ally will have the physical defense plus 1000, so that your ally will have more defense against the physical attack, but it's not magic attack, so beware. And then his recommended runes is, I suggest you equip all shields, since increase the physical defense will be the better choice instead of physical attack, since most of his skill is depending on physical defense, and he also have the physical defense times 2.5. So by increase his physical defense will increase his overall attack power as well as the tank power. So it's very good for all the runes is a defense. Or maybe you can equip with the HP up bonus plus the defense up, but I think defense will be the best choice. So I guess that's all about Logi. Okay, next is this Canon. Well, her ranking is something like this. Okay, she have this new job plus job. I can say it's a class chain plus, CC plus. Well, it's a very powerful job, and she's a free unit. And she's the main character from the Sacred Stone. And then as a free unit, her overall status is like, doesn't feel like a free unit. And then I already mastered everything, yeah. And of course her shard you can hunt from the Sacred Stone EX quest. And then her leader skill, well, instead of like units only, it's a NVIDIA units only. So of the NVIDIA we have this leader skill. So it's very different from the usual leader skill. But then you only increase the physical attack 20% and dark resistance 20%. So it's only good for physical attacker, not for magic attacker. And then, as you can see, she have these two mementos. This is a normal mementos and the second one is a limited mementos. Well, the normal mementos is actually not bad since it increases a lot of physical attack and also increases the initial jewel and HP, so that her HP will be even higher and she can use more skill from the start. And then for the weapon ability is not bad, it's very good against the Beta Templar and so. And then for the another mementos, well, you also not bad, but it's very good against the Beta Templar, you see? Plus 27, and defense versus a Beta Templar. So basically, this group skill is fighting against the Beta Templars. And also with the light attack up and strong versus a dark. So basically, she's very good at killing Soul and Noi, since both of them is a dark unit Beta Templar. And then the Beecher ability is okay. It is something like Kamikaze abilities, since she will activate the death sentence, but during the death sentence, her status will be increased as well as reduce the jewel cost, so that she can use the skill frequently, but she will die after 5 turns, of course. And then any mementos that is related to Sacred Stone or Emilia will be very good for Canon. And for the gears, I think this will be the best for her. Like for this Excalibur, well, even though the status increase only a bit, but you can use the weapon ability, And then this armor is very good since it have the dual regen and also increase a lot of HP. And then with the charge times 3, yeah, this one is very good. And then the last skill is from the new limited Mementos. Well, it increase a lot of speed and also increase the light unit defense. Means all defense up +5. Also increase the speed debuff reduction. So that if she have the speed debuff, it will reduce by 50%. And then the weapon ability is quite okay. For the 3 turns, she will have the status immune. So basically this weapon ability is very good for arena. And there's one more weapon ability, this one. When she equip this Excalibur with this accessory, she will have physical attack, all attack, strong versus attack, and magic resistance up. So basically this will be the best for her. Well, with this everything, her overall status will be increased further. And then for her main ability, mostly is become a new ability, like got new animation. And then this skill have the speed buff, and she have the provoke, and then she have the CT down, and also probability of critical, and also have the strong versus the beta. So technically it's really very good against the beta temper. And also she have this slash attack for 3 turns. And then for the side ability, also very good. For this one, have the strong versus a beta buff for 3 turns. So technically it's really a soul and noise killer. And also increase the accuracy and soul. And then have the interrupt the cast time and stun status, and also have the HP recover your ally, and also have the jump attack, and also strong versus a beta temper. And she also have the 1 turn evasion gradient up, means it's a 100% evade. Besides those skill ability that is a 100% hit, all skill or attacks will be evade for 1 turn. And then for the ration skill, well, nothing much. It's a probability of reduction for magic attack. The percentage is quite a lot. And then her passive is, well, I think these 2 will be the best. This one increase all attack up and dark resistance. And this one second gate passive is increase the physical attack and soul, and also walking +1. So these 2 will be the best for her. But the rest of the passive is quite useless, so these 2 will be the best for her. And then for the runes, I think best set bonus is physical attack 10% and physical defense 10%, like 4 sword and 2 shield. And of course, this first rule is all slash attack up. It will be very best for all slash user. And I guess that's all about Canon. Well, she's a very great unit, but the problem about her job ++ is you need to fight the hell mode of the Canon job ++ job. It's very hard. So even though this job is very powerful, but you need to fight a very difficult quest. So you need to train Canon and open her gates, and with the Mementos everything just to fight the quest to unlock her job ++ to make her very powerful. Okay, next is this Pika. Well, her ranking is something like this. Well, about this job plus, it is originally from the enchant job, and then it's an upgrade version of the enchant job. And then as you can see the status, well, a bit insane HP, and the physical attack and physical defense is more than 1k, interesting. And the speed everything is quite okay. And then I already maxed all of her gates. That's why she's so powerful, especially this one, increase a lot of HP, so that her HP is so much. And then the leader skill also very powerful. Yeah, it increased the physical attack 20% and all attack 20%. So total will be 40% for physical attackers, as well as also increase the HP. So this leader skill is quite nice, but it only applies to physical attacker. And then for the Mementos, well, she have these 2 Mementos. Well, both of the Mementos is a normal Mementos, but this one is a new one. And then for the old Mementos, okay, nothing special, but at least it increased a lot of speed. Yeah, you see, +16, a lot, and also increase the physical attack. And then you can use these 2 visual ability, but then it's nothing much. For the another Mementos, this one, this is quite powerful. Since previous Mementos doesn't increase any HP beside the basic, so another HP up will be very good, as well as a light attack up and recovery up, and then with the initial jewel increase, so that she can use some skill from the start. And then the visual ability is so good. Yeah, this one is super good. For the 3 turns, all attack increase plus jewel regen. Nice. So that she can frequently use her skill. And it's a super big area attack. And of course, when you master this Mementos max break, Well, this good skill added extra buff turn +1, so that, for example, this is a 3 turn become a 4 turn buff, as well as this skill overall attack increase and the all attack buff increase and jewel regen buff increase. So it's quite good. And then the leader skill also not bad. It increased the HP, okay, and then with the physical attack up and strong versus a dark. So if you are fighting against a dark unit, total will be 50%, quite high, and good against the MB and Greed as well. And then for the gears, I think this will be the best for her. Like for example, this weapon. This is from the new Mementos. You see, the physical attack +70 is a lot. And also increase the light attack +12. Also increase the jump, so that her jump become 2 instead of 1. And then the weapon ability is also quite good. From the start of the map, the damage taken down from the front and the side. So basically, she can tank some damage from the front and the side. And then for this accessory, this you can get from the old Mementos, also quite good. It increases the initial jewel as well and also have the speed up, stop resistance and evasion. But she does not need any much of the evasion, but it's better than nothing. But the weapon ability is quite good. From the start of the map, all attack increase. So I think these two will be the best, yeah. And then for the last gear, well, basically it's anything. Well, this one is from the Tamamo Mementos. Basically, increase a lot of HP and then have the jewel gain. Or anything, for example, HP regen armor, also increase the HP and with the weapon ability HP regen. And then, this one also quite good. Also increase the physical attack and speed. It's also a free gear. This accessory also nice. Also increase the speed a lot and with the maximum jewel. This accessory also quite good. Also a free accessory. Well, have the strong versus a dark since she's a light unit, just nice, and also increase the stun resistance and HP. So basically, anything that is increasing her HP or physical attack, physical defense, speed, or light attack up, strong versus a dark will be very good. And then for her main ability, well, usually I'll be using this skill since it have the soul status but the slash attack increase for 3 turns, okay, and also this skill quite good. Not only it increase the physical defense and also move +2 so that her movement will be increased, as well as permanent increase the damage on the monster unit. Quite good actually if you're fighting against a monster. And then she have the jump attack and it's a 100% hit, but the jewel cost is a lot. And also when her HP is lower, the damage increase, and with the stun status, and during the stun status, the enemy speed reduce a lot, okay? And this is the most powerful chain combo skill. There's a 3 chain combo skill. One is this one, then the second one is this one, and the third one is an area attack. And also increase the all attack up and jewel cost down. So it's quite good to use this skill. And then it's a moving attack as well, so that you can use this skill to move towards the enemy. And then with the jewel drain and so, and for the 1 turn all defense up, so that all the damage will reduce, along with her weapon that reduce the damage from the front and the side, just nice. And then for the side ability, well, basically nothing much, yeah, except for this one. It's an area light attack and with the provoke status, and the range is a big diamond 7/7, and only the enemy will be getting the damage. So if the enemy don't have any provoke immune, this will be very good for those enemies and then makes them attacking Spica. And then with the reaction skill, yeah, this one, Spica will have the 100% counter attack. Yeah, this is a 100% counter attack and it is a first strike counter attack. And also reduce the opponent's slash and blow attack down, nice. And also for the 1 turn, physical attack up, can stack 5 times, very nice. So make sure all the opponents is attacking Spica. After that, when Spica's turn, her damage should be very good. And then skill can be activated as well as the range is diamond 3, super big. So technically this counter attack can counter almost all the area within herself. And then for the passive, well, this second gate passive quite good. It increases the maximum HP and all attack up, but the Dragon Cavalry and the basic Dragon Cavalry skill will be useless. So you only need the HP and all attack up. And then for another passive is this one. Well, it greatly increases the HP and also defense up. And then when you equip this passive, this reaction skill will be changed into a very powerful reaction skill. So example, if you equip this passive, it will become a stupid counter strike. It's a useless skill. So this is a compulsory. Yeah, it's a compulsory to equip if you want to use the counter attack. But this you can switch with this Yeah, to increase the overall attack. Since it doesn't really matter that much, it also increases the physical attack and HP. And then this one also increases the HP and all attack up. So it's about the same. And then for the rules, well, I think the best will be the physical attack 10% and physical defense 10%. Well, basically it's 4 swords and 2 shields. But you can switch this sword into HP up so that her HP will be a lot and withstand the damage from the enemy so that she can survive the damage. After that, when her turns, she will have the massive damage from the ration skill, of course. So depending on the situation, you can switch the attack up into the HP increase by 15%. Quite good. So I guess that's all about Spica. Next is this Suzuka. Well, her overall ranking is something like this. Well, as you can see, she have this Job Plus from the Breakmaster. So she is a very attacking unit. And then she have this Dark Cover so that she have the overdrive. That's why her physical attack is so high. Yeah, super high. More than 2k, seriously. And then the HP okay, but the rest is like paper and speed okay. And then for the Enlightenment Kaigan, well, I already maxed everything. And for her leader skill also very good. It increases her physical attack 30% and all attack 20%. So basically it's 50% attack, but only for physical attacker. But the HP only increased 20%, so beware. But it's still very good. And then, as you can see, she have these 2 Mementos. These Mementos you can get from the Valentine event, which is her Job Plus event. And then this one is a limited swimsuit. Well, first thing first, everyone can get these Mementos. And these Mementos is actually quite good for 3 Mementos. You see, increase the physical attack, nice, and the speed up, and also increase the HP, slash attack up, and counter attack up, and also speed plus 5. So technically, these 3 Mementos is quite good without any visual ability skill, but it's okay. And then for the limited Mementos, this one, this is extremely good, yeah, because have the jewel cost down. And also increase the light attack and the strong versus the dark, so that she's very good against the dark unit, as well as also increase the single attacks, and also with the jewel gain, and with the dash up and physical attack. And then the visual ability also quite nice. Yeah, this one also very good. Not only is an area attack, but when the opponent have the slash resistance down, the overall attack increase, as well as they will have the light resistance down. Yeah, light resistance down. This one can be stacked with the summoner resistance down and all other light resistance down. So it's very good. And then if you max break these Mementos, this good skill added skill usage plus 1. So that all of her skill will have 1 more usage. Very good. And then the visual ability also nice. Not only it increase the overall attack, but also increase the light resistance down percentage. So that you can reduce the opponent light resistance quite a lot. And then next is the gears. I think this will be the best for her since this katana, well, it increases the speed plus 10. Okay, very good. As well as the physical attack. And this weapon you can get from the gear summon. But of course, if you don't have this weapon, you can switch to anything that is increasing the physical attack and speed. Or maybe this one, Kadanova. It is a free weapon you can get from the Sacred Stone, yeah. And then for this accessory, this is from the Valentine Mementos. Okay, it increases the light attack and accuracy and evasion. Well, it's quite good for her, but you can switch to anything that is increasing, like for example, this accessory you can get from the weapon gear. As you can see, it increases the HP and physical attack okay, but it increases the single attack and strong versus the giant. So if you are fighting against a giant unit, this will be one of the best accessories for her. And then for this armor, well, this is from the swimsuit limited Mementos. It increased the HP a lot and also with the slash attack up. But best part is debuff turn plus 1. Since she has some debuff, just nice. Increase the buff turn. Instead of 3 turns become 4 turns and so. And this weapon ability is so powerful, super powerful. This skill is as good as the Dark Cavalry, one of the enchant job. Well, the skill multiplier is 500%, super big damage. And then with the max break Mementos, you can use 3 times. 3 times, nice. And then for the main ability, well, if you max break the Mementos, you can use this skill 2 times. It's a permanent slash attack up 1.4. So if you use this skill 2 times, it will become 1.8. Very nice, it's a permanent. But all elemental reduce a lot. But of course she's a paper, so doesn't really matter that much. And then this skill also very powerful. Even though it's not as powerful as the weapon ability just now, but at least it's a ignore defense skill, quite nice. And then this skill also very powerful actually, but provided there's a lot of enemy is within the area. So the more enemy is within the area, you might as well use this skill. If you are fighting against a single enemy with high HP, you might as well use this skill or the weapon ability. And then for this skill, there's nothing special about it. At least it have the strong versus a monster and it's a penetrate. But this skill is not a light elemental attack, so beware. And then for the side ability, this 3 skill is okay, but this skill is very good. Not only it increases the physical attack 1.5, but the best part is, for the 3 turns, the opponent will have the slash resistance greatly down. So after when you use this skill, you can use the bridging ability from the new limited Mementos to reduce the light elemental resistance. So technically, her attack will be increased a lot after the resistance down. And then you just need to have some buffer like Bota to increase the overall attack, so that she have the massive damage. And then for the reaction skill, this reaction skill is quite good, since it is 100% first strike counter attack and also ignore the enemy defense. So no matter how high the enemy physical defense is, you can damage them and it is 100% hit, so it's very good. With the property of healing disable and with the skill counter. But the only bad thing about this skill is the range is only 1. It's not even a 3x3 square surround by herself, it's only just 1, so beware. And then for the passive, I think these 2 passive will be the best for her, since this increase the physical attack a lot. And then this one is from her second gate, also increase a lot of physical attack and with the slash attack out. So these 2 passive will be the best for her, since the rest is like so-so. And then for the master ability, well, it's a bit wasted for this adventure from the Dark Caliber reaction skill, but at least it increases the speed and slash attack up. So I hope that they have the adjustment on this adventure, since it's only just a counter attack and there's no skill counter, so it's a very useless reaction skill. And then for the runes, well, technically you equip with physical attack 10% and physical defense 10%. Yeah, it will be the best, since she doesn't need any HP or defense, so just increase the physical attack will be good enough. So I guess that's all about Suzuka. Okay, next is Dorito. Well, her ranking is something like this. Okay, she's a collaboration unit from the Phantom of the Kill, and then she have this unique job, Big Angel, Archangel, anything, and then it's a magic shooter. Well, she's something like a Genesis unit, since she only have 3 gates, as you can see. And then for this gate, it increases the magic attack and shooting attack. So it's not a bad leader skill, but provided you are using the magic shooter, yeah, and good against the Phantom of Kill enemies. And then her overall status is super high for the magic attack and the speed also quite high, but the rest is okay. But anyway, she only needs speed and magic attack. And then for the Mementos, she have this exclusive Mementos just for her. Okay, for the good skill, even though there's only 2 good skill, but the status increase is quite good, especially the magic attack, HP, speed, and shooting attack. So just nice everything she needs. And then for the visual ability, it is also very good. Not only it is an area attack, but for the 3 turns, the opponent will have the shooting resistance down and also have the strong blind status. Very good. And what's more is 100% hit. So it's very good for fighting against a lot of evasion unit like Talia or Yaras. Just nice. And then when you max break these Mementos, this good skill added shooting range increased by 1, so that her shooting range is very far away. And then the visual ability is only just a power up, nothing special. And then for the leader skill is quite good. Well, only applies to shooting unit, you see, plus 40%. And also increase the maximum jewel, as well as it's very good against the pride, 60%. So technically the total damage up is 100%, quite good against the pride. And then for the gears, well, I think this will be the best for her. And for this gear, this is a free weapon you can get from the Phantom of Kill EX quest. Well, overall it's not bad. Increase the magic attack, shooting attack, and reaction block. and the weaponability is good. It is a single 6 hit attack and also ignore the enemy's reaction. And the damage is not bad, but the thing is, the jewel cost is a lot, so beware. And then for another gear is this one. This one is from her Mementos. Okay, it increases the HP and with the paralyzed resistance, silent resistance, nice. And with the accuracy plus 20, very good. And then the weaponability is more for the arena base. For the 3 turns, she will have the shooting range plus 1 and HP consumption skill reduced. Since there's one of the main ability that requires her HP to use the skill, so for the 3 turns, you can use the skill for free, I think. And then for this gear, this is from the Phantom of Kill Mementos. For all of the normal killers, well, it increases the speed and the elemental attack up and with the stock resistance. Actually, it's not bad. And then the weaponability is recover her HP quite a lot. But of course, if you don't have these 2 gear, you can switch this accessory to this armor since it increases the HP and physical defense and magic defense, but reduce the evasion, so beware. And then you can use the HP regen armor you can get from the tutorial quest, this one. Also increase the HP, and then for the accessory, this one, you can switch to Tamamo Memento skill, this one. Also increase the speed and the maximum jewel, just nice. Also not so bad. And then for the main ability, well, she have the charge ×3 magic attack for 1 turn, and also have the high damage attack but requires her HP. And then have the area attack, and if the opponent have the bad status, damage increase. And then with the evasion gradient up, only can use 1 time. And she also have recover your ally HP, and with the paralyzed status and slow status and bind status, so she can do some status attack as well. And then for the reaction skill, it's a probability of activation, but it's a first strike counter. She will have the permanent increase of the speed and shooting attack up and can be stacked 5 times. It's not so bad actually, and there's no range limit. And then for the passive, well, I think these 2 will be the best for her since this increase the shooting range and magic attack, and this one increase the magic attack as well as speed. So that's why her magic attack is so high. But of course you can switch this passive into this passive. Increase the strong versus a dark a lot, but depending on the situation, since if you switch this passive, the magic attack is only this much, not so bad. But then of course if you are not fighting against a dark unit, you might as well equip this one to increase the shooting range. And then for the runes, well, magic attack plus 10% and defense plus 10% or magic defense will be good enough for her. She doesn't need any HP or physical attack. Okay, I guess that's all about her. And then next is, this will be the last unit I'm going to introduce, Talia. Well, her ranking is something like this. Okay, she's a collaboration unit from the Tate no Yusha, well, the hero shield from the anime. And then she have this unique job, Tate no Yusha no Ken. Well, it's a very powerful job. And then as you can see the status, well, overall is quite high, especially the physical attack okay and the speed okay. And then I already maxed everything, you see, all 5. And then for her leader skill, also very powerful. As you can see, it increases her HP okay, and also all attack plus 30%. So you can mess around with the other attackers like magic user or shooting user, just nice. And also increase the evasion. And she's very good in evade any types of attack. Yeah, very good. And then with the physical attack debuff reduct by 40% extra. So this leader skill is actually quite good, especially for the evasion party. And then for the Mementos, both of these Mementos is a limited, and this one is for the Naofumi and Talia, and this one is from the Firo and Milty. Well, first thing first, this one. This basically is one of the best Mementos for her, since not only it increased the good skill a lot, like good against the undead, and also increase the physical attack and light attack and jewel cost down. But the best part is, this BJPT, super good. Since as I say, she is very good in evade any types of attack. And then this BJPT is, when she evades any attack, she will have the permanent slash attack up and jewel regen. Okay, this is a pure cheat. And then if you max break these Mementos, it added as well this jewel cost reduction and also increase the slash attack and jewel auto regen percentage increase. So good. As for the leader skill, it's not so bad since it also increased the evasion plus 5%, but the physical attack and physical defense is only 20%, but it's okay. It's good against the Wolf, 60%. So if you are fighting against a Wolf unit, it's not a bad leader skill, but you need to have the Tate no Yusha Mementos a lot to use the leader skill. So it's not so recommended actually. And then next is this Mementos. Well, technically this Mementos is for Firo and Multi, so it only increases the speed and good against the fire unit and maximum jewel. Nothing much. The rest is for the Firo and Multi. Okay, for the gears, well, this weapon is a free weapon you can get from the Tate no Yusha ES quest. Okay, increase the evasion again. Nice. And with the physical attack and slash attack. And then the weapon ability is so good. Yeah, this weapon ability is also very good. It is a moving attack and also ignore the enemy defense plus 5 hit, and also with the 3 turns, accuracy graded down, and also ignore the enemy reaction. Okay, cheap. And the range is 5, so you can use very far away. But you only can use one time, so beware. And then next is this accessory. This is from the Naofumi and Talia Mementos. Okay, it increases a lot of HP, and also the elemental attack and death sentence resistance. And then the weapon ability is not bad. Well, for the 3 turns, all your allies within the area will have the all attack up and maximum HP up. So basically this skill is increasing the overall damage, okay, but you only can use one time. And then another accessory is this one. Well, this one is from the Firo and Multi Mementos. It increases the speed and slash, pierce and shooting resistance. Okay. And the weapon ability is not bad. It recovers her jewel and CT plus 40. But I think you only can use one time, so beware. And then of course I'm using this accessory since this accessory is very good for her because have the slash evasion plus 20. You can start with the normal evasion. And then also increase the speed, and then with the charm resistance and berserk resistance. Okay. And the weapon ability is also quite good actually. It is a moving skill and recover your status, plus for the 3 turns her speed increase. And you also can use 2 turns. So you can use this skill to move around the map and increase her speed. Not bad actually. And then if you don't have these 2 accessory, you can switch this accessory HP up into the HP regen armor. Well, you can get from the tutorial quest. It's a free armor, have the HP regen. And then for this accessory, I think best will be the Tamamo Memento skill since it increases the speed. Yeah, this one. Or you can increase her accuracy, like for example, this one. It is also a free accessory. It increases the accuracy so that she can hit the opponent very easily. But the magic attack will be useless, or anything that is increase the accuracy or maybe increase her critical rate, like for example, this accessory, increase the critical rate plus 15. This is from the Halloween event. It is also a free accessory. So anything that's increase the evasion, like slash evasion, magic evasion, and then with the critical rate increase and then HP up, and so it will be good enough. And then for her main ability, well, most of the ability is very good, like this one is increasing her evasion up and also increase the slash attack permanent until she gets any 3 hits. But basically she is an evasion unit, so it is very hard to get any hits. And this one is also very powerful skill. If the opponent have the accuracy down, the damage increase plus jewel cost graded down. You can use this skill first since it have the accuracy down and you can stack 2 times and with the slash resistance so that it will also increase the damage overall. And this skill also very interesting. If she have the move plus 1, the damage increase. Well, basically if you have this reaction equipped, this is a very cheap reaction. It is 100% activation and then for all types of attack. For the 2 turns, she will have a physical attack, evasion and move plus 1. Ooh, very nice. And you can stack 2 times. So when you getting hits by any attack with this move plus 1, and then after that, this skill power increase. Yeah, very good. And then for the side ability, also very good. Especially this one also nice. Reduce the opponent light resistance and for 3 turns. And also with the blind status. But this is not an attack, so beware. And then this is another moving skill with jewel damage and interrupt the opponent cast time and with the silent status. Very good for the mage. And then this one is increase the move and jump plus 2. So you can use this skill first to increase the power of the main skill of this one. Yeah. And then for the passive, I think these 2 will be the best. Like for this second gate, it increases the evasion and move +1. Nice. And then for this passive, also increase the evasion and speed and physical attack. So basically her evasion is really insane. And with the help of the Kaigan, this one, evasion +15. And then with this sword, another +10%. And then with this leader skill, another 10%. And then with this accessory, another 20% for slash attackers. Nice. And then for the runes, well, it would be great that if you guys have the evasion increased by 10% for the runes. Right now I don't have the evasion 10% for the runes, so I equipping this physical attack and physical defense. So if you guys have the evasion up runes, that would be best for Talia. Another 10% for this set bonus. So her total evasion will be more than 100%. Very nice. So I guess that's all about Talia. And she's definitely one of the unit you must get. Okay, next is I will do a very simple ranking on some of the light unit I also use. I will start from the normal unit to limited unit and to collaboration unit. Okay, let's go. First I'm going to introduce is this Crowray. Well, she's a very old unit and her ranking is something like this. Well, basically she's a tank unit, so her physical defense is quite high, and then her skill is depending on the physical defense. So the higher her physical defense is, the higher the damage is. So you can think with the Logi, since Logi have the physical defense +1000, just nice. And then next is this Lilu. Well, he also a very old unit as well, and his ranking is something like this. And then right now he doesn't have any job plus, so basically you can use any job, but then his Mementos is increase his shooting attack, and this Mementos gear is a bow, and the master ability is also increase the shooting attack. So basically Ranger job is the best for him right now, but you need to wait for his job plus. But right now he's only just a so-so unit, no choice, but at least his speed is quite fast, it's almost 200. And then next is this Zai. He is a Lord Commander, and then his ranking is something like this. Anyway, in future he will have the job plus, so right now he's kind of weak, but then when he have the job plus, I suppose he will become a very powerful unit out of nowhere. So you guys only just to wait for his new power-ups. Okay, next is this Nikaya. Well, her ranking is something like this. Anyway, she's a very powerful magician. As you can see, the magic attack is so high, and she's very good in attacking area enemies as well as a single enemy like a raid boss or a single boss. Okay, next is this Aisha. Well, her ranking is something like this. Okay, even though she doesn't have any job plus, but this Madan Soshi currently, the job with the enchant symphony, is not a bad job. And then her overall attack power is decent, but she needs a job plus in future, of course. And then next is this Shamu. Well, he's a 4-star unit and with this job plus, and then his ranking is something like this. Well, he's not an attacking unit, but a super supporting unit. Since the buff panel have the magic attack, physical attack, and also have the jewel regen. So as a 4-star unit, he's quite a good support unit beside the Bota, of course. Okay, next is this Zeba. Well, she's a Beta Temporal unit, and her ranking is something like this. Okay, with this job plus from her main job, it's a very powerful job, but it's very good against a single target enemy. So usually she will be very good in raid boss or any enemies with high HP at the Hell Quest. And then she have the CT down skill, so it's quite good as well. Okay, next is this Moira. Well, her ranking is something like this. Anyway, she have this Berserker job plus job, and then with this Mementos gear weapon and the master ability, her overall damage is actually quite high, especially if your allies dies, so that her damage will be increased a lot. But then of course you can make her like a zombie by using the guard skill for 1 turn, so that she will not die until her turn. But that one you need to lower her speed so that she will not get her turn so easily. Okay, next is this bug. Anyway, his ranking is something like this. And then he recently have the job adjustment, so all of his skills become quite powerful when his HP is very low. So his playstyle is when his HP is very low and activates the guards for 1 turn, so that you can use the reaction ability counter attack to kill the enemy. In the meantime, he will become a zombie, will not die, and then keep killing the enemy. So depending on the situation, he might be very powerful, yeah, and also he recently have a new Mementos. Okay, next is this Lina. Well, her ranking is something like this. Anyway, she's a Barbell Chronicle unit, and then right now she don't have any job plus, but this summoner job is very powerful for her, especially against a dark unit. So basically she's a dark unit killer. And then the Christmas Mementos is very powerful, especially the leader skill. That leader skill is one of the best leader skill for your magic party, but it's a limited memento, so beware. And then next is this Lilu. Well, her ranking is something like this. And then she also a Barbell Chronicle unit, and then she have this unique job, Holy Sage. Well, basically she's a magician plus debuffer. So basically you can use her to debuff the opponent's status, but her magic power is not as high as some other unit, but at least her leader skill is one of the best, especially on the magic unit and Storm vs. a Dark, so total will be 60% against a dark unit. Okay, next is this Dorito. Well, her ranking is something like this. Anyway, even though she's the original from this game, but she's from the collaboration of Full Metal Alchemist, one of the heroine, and then she have this job plus, and then she is an attacker plus support unit. But then as you can see, the physical attack and magic attack is not high anymore, so she's something like Zai. So maybe in future she will have the adjustment along with the 6 gate. Okay, next is this Aluma. Well, she only can be get from these Mementos, and then her ranking is something like this. Anyway, she's one of the main character friend from the chapter 3, Elizabeth. And then for this job, it is something like Holy Brawler, but it is a magic version Holy Brawler. And then she have the charge times 5 after master the 5th gate, as well as she have this Chromancer, so that you can use the sub ability for this job to increase your ally speed by using the clock up, quicken. And then next is this Si, and then she is a limited unit, and her ranking is something like this. Anyway, there's one special about this job is her shooting range is very far. I think shooting range is +10. I think no one can beat her shooting range. But then her attack power is so-so, but at least you can hit very far away. As well as this Mementos is a free Mementos. Actually it's not bad. And then next is this Ainana. Her ranking is something like this. Anyway, she's also a limited unit, and then she also a very powerful attacker, especially against the insect unit, and she also have the cell clock up status as well as area attack buff. It is quite a rare skill, so you can use the area attack buff and stack with the other buff to increase the overall attack for your ally. Okay, next is this Emmer, and she's a Genesis unit, and her ranking is something like this. Anyway, even though her attack power is not really that high, but she's one of the best support unit and debuffer. And she also have 2 Mementos, so in future when she has 6 gate, I think she will become a very powerful unit out of nowhere. But anyway, right now it's also very powerful. And then next is this Nikaya. And she also a Genesis unit, and her ranking is something like this. Anyway, this is a very special job. It's a flying job, so her jump is 99. And then she can move almost everywhere, as well as she's a very good debuffer. Well, almost one of the top class debuffer. And then this status is not the maximum yet, since I haven't Kaigan her 1st and 4th gate. And then next is this Steel Fin. Well, she's from the Phantom of Q main character, and then her ranking is something like this. Anyway, she is a free unit, but she have this job plus job, which is quite powerful as a free unit. And then she have one skill that is depending on physical defense, as well as physical attack for some skill. And this weapon you can get from the gear summon. It's a limited weapon. It's a very powerful weapon just for her, because have the jewel regen. And then next is this is also Steel Fin, but this is a Black Killer's version, and then her ranking is something like this. Anyway, after the job adjustment, she's very good in attacking the humans unit. So if you are using her on PvP arena, she's quite good actually, but then her skill is still quite hard to use as well. But of course, you can use the side ability, the guards 100% for 1 turn, so she will become a zombie for 1 turn. But make sure her speed is very low if you want to use the skill. Okay, next is this Hanji. Well, she's from the Attack of Titans collaboration unit, and then her ranking is something like this. Well, basically she's a very good buffer against the giant unit, as well as she can move around the place, so her movement is quite good actually. And then next is this will be the last unit I'm going to introduce, Mirin. Well, she's from the Tensei Slime, the Reincarnation Slime, and then her ranking is something like this. Anyway, she's a very powerful attacker, especially she has the charge, and then her attacks is depending of her maximum jewel. So the higher her jewel is, the higher the damage is after the charge times 3. So I guess that's all about the light unit ranking. Anyway, some of the unit I never go through, like for example, this guy. Until he have the job blast, I will not talk about him. And then this already quite outdated, and then even though this guy have the job blast, but the damage is so-so, and this really need a job blast, and this one also need a job blast, as well as this one, and a lot. Basically a lot. And this one, and bitter. And this one. So basically all of them need a job blast. So I guess that's all about the rankings. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys got any question to ask, just comment. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like this video. See ya, sayonara.